Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be reviewing a very unique build on a Ford Super Duty. This is a single cab with the Power Stroke, and so we've got huge power, huge torque in a pretty small packaged truck. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and link you to the Larich Miller Ford here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Powering this is the Power Stroke. It's the 6.7 liter turbo diesel V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It puts out a whopping 475 horsepower and then 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood here, you guys can see raised there on either side. We also have the cab lights there at the top, and bright red paint on a Super Duty looks pretty crazy. You can see the Super Duty logo there, and then look at this C-shaped headlight design down below. And then we also have fog lights with this. We got recovery points, the darker grille, and then of course we got the big old air dam for aerodynamic efficiency when you race this red truck. But putting it all together, I think it actually looks really cool, but let me know what you think. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275/70/18 in the front and over in the rear. You can see with the wheels, they're all blacked out. That's a really cool look. And then you get the normal Super Duty suspension, nothing too crazy happening there. And notice this is all blacked out, except for STX's, got a little bit of red on it. Got your 6.7L Power Stroke badge there. And then you can see with the mirror, and then the singular door handle. So you got the bedside step on this, which is cool. And then we've got some leaf springs here in the back, and look at the FX4 sticker. And here's your full side view on the truck. It kind of has that old school farm truck look because it's a single cab with a long bed and it's bright red. Now take a look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function. We got the remote start function, Ford logo there on the back, and flip out key as well. And popping to the bed, tailgate's not dampened, so you do have to lower it down with your own muscle. You've got the tailgate step system here. You've got a ruler on the back as well. LED lights here in the bed. No bed liner, but yeah, huge 8-foot bed. I mean, think about all of the fun Home Depot trips. What's a trup? I don't even know. My brain just can't work today, apparently. But yeah, think about all the Home Depot trips you can do with this. Anyways, lifting that up, super easy. You can see with the tailgate design, and look at the taillights. It's pretty cool. I got the little bumper step there. Parking sensors at the bottom as well. And putting it all together, let me think about the overall design here on this truck. Now up front, we actually have some nice padding where you're going to rest your arm. And then both of the windows are automatic. Get your mirror adjustments. The mirrors actually have blind spot monitoring too, which is another nice feature. And then payload on this bad boy, 3,501 pounds. Then here's your seat. See the whole setup here. Got your little adjustment there on the side. Light controls here. And then you see the parking brake. You get little silver American flag. And ka-chow, got the key fob. Now since it is a turnkey, you got to do the preheat setup yourself. But the Fords and the Chevys as well are actually pretty dang fast for you to be able to turn it over. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, a little bit more basic with the material use, but again, it's an STX. Controls for the center stack. You got your cruise control as well. See your volume and voice command control. A little stock there on the back for the turn signal windshield wiper. And we have our column shifter here for the 10-speed. So M is for the manual mode, and that's what those plus and minus buttons are for. And then we've got a more analog gauge cluster here. So you do have a screen in the center which you can use to see different bits of info, but analog gauges on either side. Now this actually is a 360 camera system, which it's pretty cool to see. I don't know if it's necessary in a single cab, but it's always a nice feature to have. It's always nice to have more cameras. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, response time, it's pretty solid. It's pretty quick when you go into the different menus. And then up top, diesel exhaust brake for the camera system, pop that on, hazard lights, stability control, and then hill descent. Down below, we've got our trailer brake controls. Got a drive line select here, so 2-speed transfer case, and then you got a rear locking differential and the drive mode select. The drive modes do pop up here. So you got kind of like that little picture with the different modes, which is pretty cool. Single zone climate, as well as analog controls for the radio, and then a little charging area. There's more next to it as well. Charging, of course, the camera filter is just like, yep, see ya. There you go. And then we have storage above the glove box that's open all the time. The glove box itself is lockable, and it's pretty big. Got the bench seat here, so center console at the top if you don't have a passenger, and then you can pick it up so that you can use it as a seat, and then you can pick that up for extra storage. Got a rear view mirror with the manual dimmer, 6 auxiliary switches up top. It's quite a bit. And then the rear glass, it's fixed. So here's our window sticker for this very interesting Super Duty. Race red. Racing in your race red truck. So here's all the equipment added to this particular truck. There's your total MSRP, $66,865. And let's see how this thing drives. Before we talk about visibility, in the startup clip you guys noticed that I turned it right on. The truck was already warmed up, so before people hate on me for that. Anyways, visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, the rest of the rear, and then through the, well, here, let me give you guys a better view through the back. Hopefully that you can kind of see that. Sometimes it's hard, the GoPro camera, these GoPros are indestructible. Like, you can run them over and they'll still work, but sometimes their ability to track things doesn't necessarily work the best. It's a give and take, right? I'd rather have the reliability than having perfect camera tracking. That's just me though. So this truck feels weird. That's the first thing. Because you got the normal Super Duty steering, but it's such a small truck. It's such a small truck for a Super Duty. I mean, you still like sit up high, so it still feels big, and it feels, you know, tank-like. So you have all of that, but it's just a lot more, yeah, it's a lot smaller, and you have the bed right behind you. It's always an interesting, the single cab. I forgot to mention there's storage space behind the seats as well. That would have been a nice thing to mention, but let's see. Yeah, the turning radius isn't bad. I mean, solid axles, front, rear. It's crazy just how this feels. Now, being a shorter wheelbase vehicle, the ride quality is not bad, but you do get a little bit more bumping. It's not bad at all. I will say this is incredibly smooth with the power delivery. That is stupid. That was not even full throttle. That is stupid. A truck this small with this much power, I don't know how this is legal. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, it just, it's so, it's too much power. This thing would be, with how small this truck is, this thing would be perfectly fine with, you know, half the horsepower. That's so insane. It just scoots. Man, we might see this at the drag strip in the future. Man, this is just crazy. Because I mean, look at this. Look how big, you know, Ford Super Duties normally are. They're big beasts. They are big beasts. So let me know what you guys think about this build. I wanted to review this because I thought this was pretty dang unique. Bright red, single cab. You just don't see this all that often. And yeah, let me know what you think about this, and let me know if you would, also 360 camera. It's weird, this is like loaded up in certain ways, but then it's base model in other ways. But yeah, let me know if this is a truck build you would go for. I think that if you're just using this for utility stuff and maybe drag racing the friends on the weekend with your diesel truck, it would fit the bill pretty well.